Well, hello there, everybody. This is your favorite mapper, Kyiv Mapping, and I'm here to tell you why Halloween Havoc fucking sucks. What is Halloween Havoc, you may ask? And if you guys have been watching the last two commentary videos, you would know that I have been using footage from Halloween Havoc. And it's basically this minigame on Mineplex that it's a seasonal game. There's been different types of Halloween seasonal games. However, the Halloween Havoc I'm referring to is the 2021 version, and the version I have been playing quite a bit with my friends. And we have come to the conclusion that this game mode is so fucking ass. It is so unbalanced, my guy.
This just feels fun. Just going off.
Oh! You mind, just quickly...
Yes.
Oh my god.
Before we get into why I think this game mode is complete ass, I need to give you guys some updates for videos. Okay, so as you guys might know from my community post, I'm going to be able to stream Friday night. I will very likely be streaming Friday night because I have time to. And I will be working on a video, and I'm thinking that video may be the Start to Canada Part 8. No, that does not mean Oceania Part 7 is completely finished. I'm just happen to be working on the map for Canada Part 8. And it's good for when I eventually do get to Canada Part 8, which will mean I'll have a map. The map I'll use for the war will be ready for me to use. So that's very convenient in my case. And you guys can watch me work on it. But other than that, I don't really have anything special going on. I recently went up this weekend, so I haven't been able to get too ahead on any projects. I know this is like the 15th time you've heard me say this. Sorry that my situation for me isn't exactly... Sorry, the situation for me isn't exactly ideal. You might be asking, why does Halloween Havoc suck? What could be so wrong about this innocent Minecraft minigame? Well, first off, it's on Mineplex, so that's already a huge negative. Second off is the fucking giant boss.
Doing it.
This stupid dumbass.
Stupid fucking zombie.
This zombie makes me want to fucking kill myself.
And that's what happens to half my health.
Now, before I get into any more details, I need to describe to you how this game mode works. If you're familiar with Halloween Haunt or Halloween Havoc, you probably already know the drill when it comes to these minigames. But if you don't, let me explain it to you. So basically, you have to go around this giant map fighting enemy monsters and running into different bosses and puzzles. And eventually, you get to the Pumpkin King, which is supposed to be the final boss. I know that for this version because I only ever got to the final boss once. And that was on normal mode. When it comes to hard mode, this game is a fucking bitch. And I don't mean in the fair way, okay? I don't mean it in the fair way. The first boss you come across is a giant. So basically how this giant boss works is that it chases one out of the 4 players or however many players are in your party that are still alive. It chases one of them. And it can do 3 things at that point. 1, it can either switch to another player. 2, it can jump up in the air and cause like a shockwave, which will basically send you flying away from the giant if you're on the ground. And 3, it will spawn mobs near you. And I swear to God, this fucking thing has a mind of its own. It knows exactly when to use its moves because it uses its shit randomly. It uses all 3 of those moves completely randomly. And it just so happens to know how and which move to use. It is a bullshit boss fight for that point in the game. The angel boss fight later on or right after it is easier than this boss fight. And I'm not saying that boss fight is like easy either. It's also a pretty challenging boss fight, but it's a lot more fair in terms of how it works. This fight is just straight up unfair. Even if you have a mage or an archer in your party, you are very, very likely to have a bad time. Some of the only times that I've beaten or gone past a giant on hard mode was due to an exploit, which allows you to get off the map, basically, and you can basically chip off the giant there. Because good luck fighting the fucking giant in the regular map. It is a pain in the ass, and there's a bunch of shit there. And I play Berserker, so there's a lot of room for your specials to get ran into by some fucking random shit and I'll just die. This boss fight is just so unfair and so unpredictable, and I absolutely hate every single part of it. Sorry if I'm shaking my mic here. I genuinely hate this boss fight. I genuinely think it's ass. It's not that I'm being salty. It's partially because I'm being salty, but this is a genuinely unfair boss fight. Now, second off, this is a problem I've only encountered at Halloween and past Halloween, and it is the lag spikes. Now, for a game in which you constantly have to be fighting mobs every single second, if you get lag for at least 3 seconds, you have a very likely chance to just straight up die. And these lag spikes have been happening so much ever since Halloween. I'm pretty sure I'll show you guys an example here on screen of an unfair lag spike. I have plenty of examples of them. They're genuinely bullshit.
There it is.
Oh. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, this game is so bad. If you experience lag for more than 5 seconds, you might as well consider yourself out of the match or out of the party, because there's very little way, unless you're not surrounded by a ton of mobs, that you'll make it out of there in time. Because you can't like hit any of the mobs while you're in lag, but the mobs can hit you. That's the whole bullshit part about it. So basically, what the entirety of my games now for Halloween Havoc consist of is 70% of them I can't even get to the giant, which is the first boss fight, because I get like 5 seconds of lag and all the mobs just team up on me. And when I do get to the giant, I have to fight this completely unbalanced boss fight, barely scrape by, and then I can actually play the rest of the game. Which, by the way, is pretty fair in terms of stuff. I also hate the fact that you can pretty much lose the game by not figuring out a puzzle quick enough. It's kind of silly, honestly. Why is this puzzle in here? And I guarantee that there's probably some 12-year-old sweaty man who has nothing better to do with his life and who can probably complete the entire Halloween Havoc challenge on hard mode by himself and bypass all the puzzles with whatever guide he learned online. They aren't the normal breed of people. For the normal breed of people, this game mode will be fucking ass. Never play this game. In fact, considering this is Mineplex, actually, you know what? I don't even need to be saying this, because Mineplex is going to be shut down by next year. Pretty much. That was my TED Talk on why Mineplex is a doomed server. I hope you guys really enjoyed yourself with that commentary. Oh my god, yeah. Also, African Madness 4 will be coming out by Friday. I'll actually be continuing the storyline. I won't just be making some random war on Cabinda or whatever. Yeah, see ya. I think what I need is my ultimate. I think I should use my... If I'm in a solo situation, I think I should use my ultimate right away.
Fucking fries are as limp as a trained dick.
Holy shit! Holy shit, I'm dead!